Think of a trip you've taken. If you could take one picture and put it in this frame, what would it be? Today we will travel to Rome, and there are two types of travelers: the ones who are happy and amazed at everything they see, and those who focus on the negative, on the things that are not quite the same as back home. It is a long flight to Rome. And my first thought is when we got on the plane is, oh my gosh, it is a full flight. We are not going to be able to sleep. My second thought is, who cares? I can sleep when I die. We're going to Rome after all, and I love discovering new places. What do you see in this picture? Some will see a pile of rocks and fallen structures. I see history coming alive. I see the path that I must follow through the Forum to get to the Colosseum, and I can't wait. What is your first thought when you see the Colosseum? Is it eat your heart out, Jerry Jones? Or is it a place of death where so many people died? My thought was, wow, they built that by hand? I mean, look at the size of that thing. Built in 70 to 80 AD without cranes. It held 50 to 80,000 spectators. It even had a retractable roof on parts of it. It hosted gladiator shows where, yes, a lot of them died, but it was also where power and family prestige were demonstrated. Do you still see death, or do you see an incredible architectural masterpiece and a huge part of our history? Now let's take a taxi ride all the way up to the Priori of the Knights of Malta, where you will find an 18th century church by architect Giovanni Battista Piranesi. It is built on a hilltop and has a secret garden closed off by massive doors with an antique keyhole. When you peek through the keyhole, you have a perfect view, dead center of the Vatican off in the distance. This was well worth the taxi fare. One cannot go to Rome without attending a papal mass in St. Peter's Square, where thousands of people sit in the sun for 2 hours or more to wait for Pope Francis to arrive. My most vivid memory of that day is not the sunburn, or the long hours of waiting, or of Pope Francis up close. It is of this picture, the picture at the bottom. It's the picture that is worth 1,000 words, is the one I took of my nephew's shadow, deep in prayer and at peace with himself and his life. Entering the Vatican, you find that there is art and a piece of history from the floor to the ceilings. It is serious sensory overload, but well worth the wait in line and the visit. Some see old marble statues of days gone by. I see all the hard work, dedication, and talent that it takes to become a master carver. The detail in these is stunning. The Sistine Chapel leaves many of us speechless, as one is surrounded by Michelangelo and other artists' murals. It took Michelangelo 4 years to complete the ceiling of the chapel, which represents the creation of Adam. And this is a true testament that persistence does pay off. From the Tivoli fountain to the Altare della Patria, or better known as the Wedding Cake Building, to the Scala Sancta, where many climbed the holy stairs on their knees praying, and the Pantheon. In Rome, there is a church, a building, and a square for every taste, each one offering a walk through history and its own very unique feel and story. You can choose to look for conspiracies or seek out incredible treasures. You can choose to see darkness, or you can choose to see light. You can choose to stay in the hotel and hang out at Starbucks and eat at McDonald's, or you can go for a walk through the streets of Rome and discover cool pubs and cafes. When I think of Rome, I think of the good food, its history, and beauty. But most of all, I think of our family and all the love and fun we had together. This picture to me is worth 1,000 lifetimes. Traveling is like life. There are ups and downs, fun times and hard times. You can choose to focus on the hard times, or you can choose to embrace the ride and seek the lighter side of life. If you could put one picture in this frame, what would it be?